Welcome back everyone to our Let's Play series of TransRoad USA. So there actually was a pretty major update issued to the game late last week. I want to say it was Thursday afternoon, but I could be wrong about exactly when it came out. But due to the timing of when I recorded last week, I did not have that update installed for Friday's video. So this will be the first video with the new update in there, and there are two major things that I wanted to mention from that update. As normal, there's a lot of bug fixes and ongoing issues that they're trying to deal with in the game, but two things that I want to point out. First is auto maintenance. So the idea here is that we can upgrade our HQ to a level 3. Right now we're sitting at a level 2. So we can upgrade to level 3, and then we can engage auto maintenance, which means that anytime one of our trucks, and if we open up our fleet layout and organize it by the maintenance data, anytime one of our trucks gets down to 2,000 miles or less, they will automatically go to the nearest maintenance depot, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, one of the big issues with this game is micromanagement. I talk about it quite a bit, so this is something that should help out quite a bit with that, because no longer we're going to have to worry about maintenance. Also, the second thing is that now whenever we're looking at contracts, we no longer have to worry about what time of the day is it whenever you accept the contract, because it's well known in this game that if you accept a contract late at night, so like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock and so on, that you basically lose an entire day because the contracts were computed in number of days, not hours. Well, that's been changed in this update, so now you're going to get, in new contracts, you're going to get a number of days and hours as well. So that way it should no longer matter what time of the day or night that you accept a particular contract. It should work just fine either way. Those two things I am very excited about. Another update that I believe is going to come out sometime this week as you guys are watching this is that they're going to add in the ability to send your drivers to earn new licenses. So they're going to be able to learn to drive different types of trailers. And that can be a big help if that's something you want to do. Now, obviously, that's not something we're doing here in this playthrough. We're just picking trucks and trailers and matching them up with drivers, and then off we go. I'm not swapping those things out, even though that's something that you could definitely do as time goes on and you find better drivers that are available. You could swap them out and that kind of thing. So that update is supposed to be coming sometime, again, this week, but who knows exactly when that will arrive. So the first thing I want to do here before we get into anything else, because as you see at the bottom of the screen, our schedule is basically empty except for the contracts we were working on here. We've got the continuous contract, the recurring deal that we're working on week after week, and that continues to give us a good amount of money, $5,800 per trip. So that one's nice. And then, of course, our wonderful effort that has gone horribly wrong here as our return trip. So this gives us an opportunity to see. If you notice at the very bottom down here, it says 3 days and 11 hours. So there's your first glimpse at having hours instead of just days listed on there. All right, so before we get into the schedule and finding new contracts for all these guys, I want to go ahead and upgrade our HQ to a level 3. Now, since we're already zoomed out on the map, we'll go ahead and click directly on HQ, and you can see right here is the spot where we're going to upgrade to level 3. You also notice that it says it unlocks maintenance depots. This is something I've talked about before, but we were holding off on. This seems like as good a time as any with this update to go ahead and do that. So there we go. We spent $250,000, now giving us just under 4.9 million remaining. And so now we're going to go into our HQ. And in here, let's see, what is our next concession actually? It'll be the flatbed. I assume we can. Okay, no, we're going to have to proceed in the campaign before we can get to some of these other guys. Okay, I was kind of afraid of that. Also, I want to look at our competitors and see. Let's see, Fast Freight. And who is, see, Seagulls, which is where? There they are. Okay, so Fast Freight, we can send a letter to in order to take over for them. Trucker Express, we cannot. Gordon Fox, we cannot. Okay, I needed to remind myself of that because I want to just kind of get an idea of who would be the next one in line if we wanted to take over these guys. So Fast Freight is down to 1.5 million. And again, that's most likely due to the economic downturn that was in the dry trailers that has thankfully now ended toward the end of our last video that actually happened. So we're in good shape on all of that. Let's go ahead and get out of there. Hide that. So now we're our level 3, and we're supposed to be able to go into any depot and now set up our maintenance. Okay, I see. It looks like it's right there. Yes. Now, unfortunately, we have... Can I get rid of that? Okay, I cannot. And I can sort of click on here, but I'm assuming there's some sort of checkbox behind this deal. We'll have to come back in and check a little bit later, but that apparently is where that is. Now, along with that, we have the option of setting up a maintenance depot. And you can see if we upgrade to that, then that'll be 14 grand per week fixed cost, as well as 100 grand up front. Now, mathematically speaking, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense for us to do. However, I do want to do at least a few of hours that way. Money aside, I'm not terribly worried about that. This is a game. We're going to have fun with it. So I'm not terribly worried about that. But it doesn't make sense for us, particularly in somewhere like Memphis, where there's already a truck dealership there where we can easily take care of this. Charlotte, same thing. Let's look around and see. Now, Indy, that's one I want to do because it's sort of centrally located, and it gives us an opportunity to have our trucks go a little bit less distance. So for us, this really isn't about cost and that type of thing. This is about, okay, so it's 120 grand actually in Indy. We're going to go ahead and spend that money. Now we're down under 4.8 million. There we go. So you can see it now gives us the wrench icon. Okay, I really don't know of any reason to do that in Augusta at this particular point in time, but let's look around a little bit more. Des Moines, we've got a couple nearby. We got KC, Minneapolis, Lincoln. All of those have dealerships in them. But I tell you what, let's just go ahead and have a little fun and do that in Des Moines as well. Let's go depot, upgrade that. And I'm just going to have to remember that on 131, so a little bit of time is going to have to pass in the game before we get there. I'm going to have to remember to come back into the depot and check on that maintenance. Okay, Bismarck. Oh, I do want to do that in Bismarck as well. Again, it's going to cost us a little bit of money. Let's see, Bismarck. There we go. Enter the depot. And looks like we got something going on here we're going to have to deal with as well. Upgrade that. And so what's going on here? Oh, they've not arrived yet. Okay, so that's just, it's reserving a spot for them, but they haven't quite gotten there yet. Gotcha. All right, well, let's see. I think we'll leave it here. That's pretty good. Again, Memphis, we don't need one. Indy, we've already upgraded. Des Moines, we upgraded. Over here in Bismarck, we upgraded. I think we're good there. The rest of these places either already have a truck dealership there or are very close to one. And we haven't done any business in way up here in the Northeast in quite a while. So really no reason to mess with that as of yet. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now if we look at what we have as far as trucks in idle right now that are sitting in any of our depots, right now we have, let's see, we got all of our dump trailers, or at least, yeah, it looks like all of them, because the only thing we have contracts going are for the reefer trailers. So we've got dump trailers and we got the dry trailers. Let's see where these guys are. We got dump trailers, 3 of them in or around Bismarck. And let's see, our dry trailers are in Des Moines and Indy mostly. And we got our dump trailers in Memphis. Okay, let's deal with the dry trailers. I'm so happy that economic downturn is now over in that. So let's start in Des Moines and see if we have anything going to Indy, because I would love to get a back and forth going there. Let's see, Des Moines. Let's go ahead and scroll in here a little bit. And let's see, where is the amount of time? Okay, I must have missed it on that screen. So we want to go Des Moines to Indy, and of course we're not going to find anything that we want. Now that's, I mean, what else would you expect? I mean, my goodness. So we've got Des Moines to Chicago, a 50-trip deal, and you guys know how much I love these 50-trip deals, or the recurring, which we're hoping to get more and more into as time goes on. So 1,700 per doesn't get me excited. It's a 4-truck deal, 66,800. Now that gets me excited. That is a great deal. Also, the good news is if I have to find something Chicago back to Des Moines, then these guys aren't all that far in Indy from Chicago, so it's not the end of the world. In fact, I really like this one. Anything else? 50 trips, Des Moines to Lincoln. Wow. Very nice. The money's not necessarily as good, but still nice to see that we're getting multiple 50-trip deals. Means we've managed to unlock several customers to a high level. Okay, now let's look in Chicago and see. And of course, we want something going back to Des Moines. Wow, 5 trips, 15. Looks like, yeah, we're not going to get, again, 10 trips. And the money isn't really the huge deal here. How much is that? Oh, we're actually losing money on that one. Okay, so we got 10 trips, you know, that kind of thing. So it's not that great. Let's go back up here to the top. Let's just go ahead and take this. That's an 8-truck deal, though. Ooh, I don't like that at all. Okay, it's odd that we're level 4 in both of these, but yet we're only getting 5 trips. All right, we'll deal with that. And we'll go ahead and take that one. Okay, we're going to say yes. And before things get started on the timing, we're going to have these guys in Indy go ahead and head up. Now, unfortunately, we've only got 5 trips available. Again, my idea is to keep this as simple as possible and keep all of the dry trailers on the same schedule, if at all possible. Now, the guys in Des Moines, that's a 50-trip deal, and my hope is by the time we get done with this 5-trip deal, there will be something of at least 15 to 20 trips available from Chicago. That's the hope anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and get everybody in Des Moines going on this schedule. Is there anybody else in a dry trailer? Okay, we do have one in Bismarck, and I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and have them come down to Des Moines and just add in. That'll give us a total of 11, which messes up our math a little bit. But that's perfectly fine. It's going to get everybody busy and hopefully everybody doing what we want. Now we need to turn our attention to the dump trailers, and they're kind of spread out. We got some in Memphis. Let's go ahead and move our schedule over. We got some down here in Memphis. There we go. Let's get that centered up. And then we got a few in Charlotte, one in Indy. So let's go ahead and look in Memphis and just see what's available. Okay, let's go to our dump trailers and what's available here. 2,400 per, not the end of the world, but not what we're looking for. Now, this is what I'm talking about. That is very nice. Now, I have no idea why this would be an 8-truck deal for 15 trips, but 7,700 per, 97,000 completion bonus. That is awesome. So both of these are actually really good deals. What about this recurring? No. Nothing really there. $318 per. That's not going to make me happy. Okay, so we could go to Savannah. Again, we got several deals on here that actually look really good. But we're going to take this deal over to Cheyenne. This should actually get us most likely up very close to being level 4 for this recycling center in Cheyenne. All right, so it's an 8-truck deal. That shouldn't be an issue. We're going to get these guys started on it as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and have these guys come over from Charlotte. Everybody's coming. Indy. And then, of course, everybody in Memphis as well. So let's try to get everybody back together. And then we have Bismarck. Now, these guys, I'm not bringing them all the way over to Memphis. Instead, I'm going to see what we've got over here in Cheyenne. And let's go ahead and close that window out. Let's go Cheyenne, and let's see what we got back to Memphis. Definitely not good for some of these recurring trips right now. Okay, so Memphis is what we're interested in. Again, we're going to keep things simple. Come on. Give me something. Nothing at all? Wow. Okay, we'll take another look at it as time goes on. Very disappointed that we don't have what we need there. All right, let's get things going, and then we'll find something for those guys as well. Yep, very disappointing there. right, let's go ahead and really crank up the time, get things going. All right, so we're down to 4.4 million, just under 4.5. And always like to see those positive numbers, plus 9,000, 2,600. Love seeing that. All right, so let's see these guys in Bismarck, and I'm going to keep an ID on our 131 time frame. Okay, we got the first contract that is taken care of. We knew that was coming. And so now we're going to see what's available in Chicago and see what we can get going back to Des Moines. All right, if I can get a hold of Chicago. Can we get it? There we go. Okay, we want the dry trailers. And we are on the wrong schedule. There we go. So dry trailers, we want Chicago back to Des Moines. That would be nice. Let's see, where are we as far as these guys coming and going? Looks like all of these guys are... Well, we've got one guy that's back in Chicago. The rest of them are all right here. So that's going to take a little while for them to get back. But, of course, we're going to live on the edge a little bit. Okay, that's an 8-truck deal. We got 11 trucks, so we should be okay. Let's just take a quick glance down through here just to make sure. And, yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Ooh, that's a 10-truck deal. Yikes. Okay, so we'll come back up to the top. We'll go ahead and take this one. It's an 8-truck deal. The timing isn't going to be the greatest, again, simply because all of our guys are basically on the wrong end of this trip right now. But that's perfectly fine. Okay, let's go ahead and... let's see. Let's go back to Bismarck right quick and see what we can get for these guys in the dump trailers. Okay, preferably something, what I'm looking for now is preferably something that will get them sort of into St. Louis, Indy, Memphis range, somewhere in that range. Again, simply because that's where we're at. Now, I know we're going over to Cheyenne. With that one, I would prefer to have a round trip coming back. That would be awesome to have the back haul there. But so far, we've not had that. Just to make sure, and hopefully I'm wrong about that. Hopefully there's been something that's popped in since the last time we checked. No. Okay. So no problem there. All right, so back to Bismarck. And let's see. Anything good with a low number of trucks? Okay, we're good there. Let's go ahead and get our new schedule, so we don't confuse ourselves. Okay, this one's not bad. 5,500 per, 22.5 thousand for completion bonus. Not bad. And that'll give us a total of 180. There's one to Des Moines. Very nice. This will also have the added bonus of doing well for us as far as upgrading this recycling. All right, we'll take that. Load that in, and for now, we're not going to have a return trip. We'll deal with that momentarily, but that's only a 2-truck deal, and we have 3 trucks. So you can see this is going to give us an opportunity to really do some leveling up for these locations. And we're going to let time pass on just a little bit, because one of the things I'm trying to do is get to 131. And also, I'm trying to let these guys get a little closer to Cheyenne, and we'll see if we can't get a backhaul for these guys. And here we go. Oh, didn't even have to do that. Our contract was fulfilled on number 8. That's probably the reset. Yes, that's the reset of our recurring contract. All right, so nothing to worry about there. And I have to laugh every time I see this one. That was... Hey, it was worth a shot. So let's come back over to schedule number 3 and see if we can get Cheyenne up here. All right, we want Cheyenne back to Bismarck. But we're going to take a quick look. Nope, still nothing doing on the recurring. So anything Bismarck, that doesn't look good for us. Okay, so no Bismarck, at least for now. So we'll let this thing keep going. And we'll take a quick glance and see everything's going good. So far, it is nice to see this thing counting down on the number of hours. That is nice to see. Okay, there's our delay. Yes, we know about that one. So now that one's done. So that'll give us an opportunity to move back over here. And let's see, we got Des Moines over here to Charlotte. That's our recurring. And now we're going to see in Charlotte, ooh, we got 2 guys that are ready for maintenance. All right, they need to hold on for just a little bit. They can hold on for about 10 more days, which they can't. But if they could hold on for 10 more days, we could see if that auto maintenance would pick them up. So let's see, Charlotte back to Des Moines. This is what, a 6-truck deal, and we got now 14 trucks on it. And let's get our proper trailer taken care of. What is this, 642? That is not going to help me. So Charlotte to Des Moines, that is not a good sign. I don't see anything already, but we keep scrolling. All right, nope, nothing whatsoever. So we're just going to let this one ride a little bit. Man, that is very disappointing. I'm going to have to, I think, pull some of these guys off and get down to around 6 trucks, at least for the time being, if we're not going to be able to find any backhauls for this, because I would prefer to keep this contract, or these contracts, as full as I can. All right, let's glance in on some of these others. I know we got to wait to find a backhaul contract on that. And okay, so let's look at our dump trailers once again, and let's see how close our maintenance. All right, 1,200, 1,400. And wait a minute, that looks like the automatic maintenance is on, because it looks like these guys are going to head to maintenance. All right, we'll check back on them in a little bit to see if that's what's happening. But when I clicked on that earlier, even though I couldn't see beneath this outline, it may have actually done it. I'm hoping it did. All right, so let's get time going once again. So we're looking Cheyenne to Memphis, and oh, so we ended up with a delay on which one? Oh, it was our Chicago to Des Moines. Interesting. So wow, this thing is getting really tight on these contracts. Wow. Okay, well, we'll go with that. And now let's see, where is everybody? We got one headed, he's in Chicago now, and some more on the way. Interesting, interesting. I am just never going to be happy with the status of these contracts. It just seems way too tight on the timelines. And yes, tight even considering the fact that I like to push the issue some. All right, so we need Chicago to Des Moines, and I really like this one a lot. The money is terrible. Let's just be honest here about this. We've had many more contracts very recently that were much better than this. But I'm tempted because of the 50 trips. Just to keep these guys busy and paying the bills at least somewhat. Let's see, Chicago to Des Moines. Just not seeing it. So we're going to take it. We are going to take it. I mean, you can see here, 133,000 versus 94,000. It's just not a fair fight, really. Okay, there we go. Let's get things going again. Already you can see the countdown is moving. Okay, so 31, we're about 9 days away. We got a salary request. See what we got. Oh yeah, this guy's making practically nothing. I mean, it's very seldom you see anybody with a basic salary in the 200 range. And then 51 cents a mile is definitely not high. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. All right, we got somebody who is one of our dump trailers. So what schedule did you come from? You are in Cheyenne, so that answers that question. Well, I guess maybe it doesn't. Both of them are ending in Cheyenne right now. Okay, let's see if this is an opportunity for us. Let's go ahead and put you on. Will it let me put you on there? Yeah. Again, trying to get these guys all back together as much as possible. And okay, it's going to start pouring them back out because you can see the math just doesn't add up here. And this guy would head back to Des Moines. Otherwise, all right. Let's go ahead and let's see. I really want to do another takeover. That's something I really want to do. Fast freight. Let's at least take a look at them. Fast freight 1.6. Okay, fast freight, where are you? There you are. Send inquiry. All right, it says 1.4. That's the closest we've seen it so far. So what do you have? 460 in the bank. A couple of dry trailers, 4 reefer trailers. That means, to me, that means no drivers are in need of special licenses. All right, so a total of 6, and we're in San Antonio. Okay, so again, not the best location, not exactly what I'm looking for. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and let's do this. So 1.45, 1.6, I'm going to go ahead and offer about 2.5, and if they don't like that, then that is perfectly fine with me. So there you go, 2.5 million, a good bit over their asking price, and let's see if the game does us any favors, and we got it. All right. We will take that. Excellent. I like it. So we've got a depot, and then, of course, we got some trucks and trailers that are going to have to figure out exactly how we're going to get all this stuff together. So there we go. 2 competitors are now gone. I like it quite a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and get out of there. So let's head down to San Antonio. Okay. Wait, I did not think we had any of those trailers. Okay, I must have looked at it wrong. So obviously I wasn't paying close enough attention. So we'll find out about that. Looks like we've got a fully upgraded. Let's see, let's enter the depot. Yeah, fully upgraded there. Brings our money down to 3.3 million. We got another 550 grand coming out of that here pretty soon. Okay, we got one on the way. Oh, we don't own the concession for this trailer. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to sell this off rather than continuing to run it and risk anything with the police and anything like that. So let's go ahead and upgrade this to a maintenance depot. It's far enough away. I mean, you can see where this is on the map compared to the other cities we have available. Going all the way over to New Orleans just isn't what I want to do. And of course, we don't want to mess with going west for something like maintenance. So I think this will help out. Okay, also it appears that all of the drivers stayed on, maybe except for one. Is that right? We'll let this whole thing shake out, and because it looks like we got 41 drivers and 42 trucks. And all right, this is odd because I thoroughly missed this. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this video and see how in the world I missed that. I was probably looking at that thinking that was a reefer trailer just out of the corner of my eye and not paying it that much attention. That's my best guess anyway. All right, so these guys will finish up their routes. Not really interested in purchasing any new concessions right now, so probably just going to sell all these trucks and we'll replace them with something else that we do have concessions for. All right, so now we've been to Little Rock. One of these guys, yeah, there he is. And let's see, where are you right now? So you are actually in Little Rock, just got there, and you're headed back to Memphis. That's perfectly fine with me. We got some others that are headed. Okay, looks like he went to KC, or she, one of the two, and then they're headed back to. All right, let's let this play out a little bit. We've got 7 that are idle. Okay, that's all of our dump trailers. Let's see what that's from. Yeah, it's going to be this contract. What about our other contract? Okay, we can actually put them all in here. Let's go ahead and just do that right now while we're thinking about this, rather than letting them head all the way back to Des Moines. Okay, we got one guy. Yeah, I'm going to have to sell all of these. Wow. Well, I really wasn't paying attention there. All right, so we got another dump trailer that is in Memphis right now. And we're once again, let's see, do I want it to go all the way over there? No, I don't. You just stay in Memphis right now. Timing's working out pretty good. We're getting toward the end of what we want to do for our video today. So I think that timing's going to work out just fine. So all of their trucks are this trailer type. Wow. That is absolutely hilarious. Boy, I knew I had a lot on my mind other than outside of the game, but boy, I didn't realize it was quite this bad. I'm going to have to sell every one of these trucks or purchase the license for that or concession for that trailer type. But we'll deal with that a little bit later. We'll see how our money's going. I may just let these things chill out in the depot for a minute since we got so many of them. And we'll just see how things go from there. Also, I think we have figured out where the truck and trailer are without a driver. So we'll deal with that as well. But all of that will be next time. For now, let's see. They had 6 trucks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So they got a couple more floating out there somewhere. See if I can tell real quick where they are. I don't see them off the top of my head. But they definitely have... Okay, once again, the timing is pretty good. All of these guys are coming idle right at what I would consider to be the perfect time here toward the end of the video. We got another driver headed in. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, contract fulfilled. That ends what we had going on schedule 2. Again, perfect timing. And now all of these guys are either... We should have one more idle because of the last delivery being made. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Money's starting to go back up. We're at 3.3. And let's see what we got. All right, so contract fulfilled there. So that should be the reset, and it is. Excellent. I like it. And I was trying to get to the end of January here so we could make this last payment, check out the automatic maintenance and all that stuff, but we didn't quite make it. We had a whole bunch of stuff going on in this episode, so we didn't quite get there. Looks like contracts, everything you can see in the messages, contract fulfilled, so we're really starting to wind things down, and it times out perfectly with the end of our video. So I think we'll leave it here for now. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more of our Let's Play of TransRoad USA.